Hey, hey, family. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Welcome to the Mental House with me, your host, Khadija. I want to talk to my church family today, um, especially Pentecostals. And it's really important that, we understand that everything that is happening today is because of what happened yesterday, right? So, this conversation is probably going to step on a few people's toes, but there's signals that you have in your behavior that shows that you were damaged from your childhood. Okay, now I'm just going to give you a few of them. I'm just going to give you 12, okay, that jumped right out at me. Um, but of course, there's more. When you find people, and I'm saying this because we know the holidays is coming up. It's going to be difficult for a lot of us. A lot of us don't mess with our families because they too toxic. Um, a lot of us just go along with the toxicity and just be like, hope nothing go wrong. Some of us choose to not even be bothered with it for our own peace of mind. Um, we don't feel like spiking our blood pressures and things of that nature, so we'll be alone. We not gonna mess with them during the holidays, and that's okay too. Because once you start figuring out if you can get past the white man and get to the grid of your own family origin, and you can see all the ruthless and weird shit that he's taught us through slavery, like how to beat on everything and everybody. And don't think that white folks don't beat their kids, because I'm gonna tell you, they beat them as well, because that's where all the beating came from. We didn't have all this beating back in Africa when people raised their families. Okay, that's something that the European practice. Those beatings, beating their children and beating. So, suffer little children, all the little children were abused that turned into abused adults, regardless of their color. Okay? So, a real significant behavior that you watch when you see a sign from a person that's been abused, they smile their way through everything. Even when shit ain't funny, they smiling. Okay? There's they get startled by the slightest noise. Jump. Well, jump. They heard some noise. These are all reflections of how you grew up. You just don't know because you was too little to know that and even recognize the environment. The feelings of isolation and loneliness. Lack of a lasting relationship. Now, and the reason why I said I'm really want to speak to my church family is because, see, we've been taught some real unnecessary behavior patterns. How to always, oh, let me love and take care of you. Oh, I forgive you. And they just murdered your mama 5 minutes ago. And you already in the forgiveness stage. Something's wrong with that. You get what I'm saying? You ain't even gave it a chance to marinate and for you to go through the stages of grief, anger, all of it. Nope, you already forgiven. Yeah, to me, that's pretty deep. And for the person that's receiving that, it's like a sense of betrayal. Like, you forgive them already, and they just done killed mama. I mean, what the? Okay, you know, another sign is when they change their behavior when somebody come into the room. They feel a lot of guilt and shame. Maybe they've been molested. Maybe because they didn't tell anybody or whatever, they feel shame about it. Either they oversharing or sharing nothing at all. Okay? And sometimes when you pay attention, you can figure out things. Like I didn't always know this. I was a late bloomer. and was taken advantage of in my relationships because of it, because I didn't know how to protect myself. I didn't know how to protect my feelings, my space, because I was always taught to forgive people. Oh, there's a Jesus gonna fix them. I'm at the point now where Jesus better fix them, cause I can't fix shit. And if you come over here, it's almost had made the opposite reaction in me. You understand? Cause I seen how much the religious dogma has made me a non-productive person in terms of how I feel, how I express myself. I had to go through therapy and extensive work, and I still ain't. I'm still a work in progress. Only I don't want you to think I'm fixed, okay? Because this is a lifelong journey. That's why I say you ain't got time to be worrying about nobody else's business, cause your business is so messed up, okay? Struggle with authority. And I don't just mean most people when they see a person with a uniform on. This is how you know you don't got problem with authority. You see a person with a uniform on, you respect him. Now until he act crazy and wild out, there's nothing you can do. But he's in a position, or she is in a position of authority, and they should be respected. Now, if you never had a position of authority, that is really gonna make it difficult, because you think you're supposed to challenge everybody that's standing over you. You don't care what the rules are. You don't care if they post it. If it says do not go beyond this line, you so contrary that you're going to step over the line anyway, and so you can argue with authority. See, that's oppositional defiant. That's got nothing to do with challenging authority in a positive way. That's got something to do with your ass crazy. You see that line say don't go over there. If for whatever reason, you might go over there and a brick fall on your damn head. But because somebody set a rule up and a boundary and a limitation for you, you done got mad now. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. That's a problem. Especially with us. Knowing they not going to treat you like they do the dominant society. You walk over there, you get killed. You get shot. White boy walk over there, they just go back over the line, please. When you see a parent and child relationship and you start thinking you wish it was you, that's a sign that you've been abused in your childhood. When you act like a child around your parent, still act kind of like childlike. If you're struggling to understand how you really think or who you really are, or how, those are all abuses and traumas from your childhood. And if everybody got an assignment, it is don't even worry about none of your other relatives. It is to worry about your development. Mind your own funky business. Why you think the way you do. Why every time you go somewhere people don't want you over there. Or why you always having a problem every time you go somewhere. I'm just making up things right now. Why do you react to certain stimulus the way you do? Certain issues, uh, uh, your trauma come out. Why? What did you witness as a baby, as a child, growing up? Did your parents fight and argue all the time? They made you insecure? You still got to fight through it yourself. Your parents might even be here no more. But that's what they created because they didn't know no better. I'm sure if they knew any better, they wouldn't want to ruin their damn children. But a lot of them didn't know. And they were beat. And a lot of them were beat by old, overseers and masters and shit. And that beating is still in them. How they communicate when you've done something wrong, instead of using their words as expression, they get a switch or a stick and beat the shit out of you. See, all of those things hurt you when you start talking about, and some of y'all might say, well, I got beat, I came out okay, because I remember I used to say that a lot. But look how much better I might have been had I not have got those beatings. Had I not have got those, and somebody sat there and at least explained to me what was going on, because usually when you hit a kid, you're not you leaving nothing positive in their mind other than you make me sick. What in the world you hit me for? That's what most kids feel when you hit them. You you're perceived as the big bully. They can't get your way. Now you finna beat somebody's ass. Think about it. Think about how you felt every time you got your butt beat. Whether you did something or not, you was learning. And how your parents responded to it is very important. Whether they beat the hell out of you, or whether they brought you over here and said, this is unacceptable. I just want to know how come in Africa before the European came, we don't have a history of beating our children like that. That shit didn't start till we came over here, or until they became rulers of us. The beatings and stuff. So you're gonna have to figure out how to communicate and how to go back to a space where all all that stuff wasn't happening. You have to almost reinvent, relearn what you think is the truth, because this white man done a job on us. He's done a job and on himself, to his children, because no children can even be the perpetuator of that type of behavior and be normal. No kid. A kid is pure, is innocent. A child is born with a heart of gold. They don't want to take a brandishing iron and burn a slave with it. And they father say, do it. Do it. You're being too soft. Do it. Same way a stupid ass parent today will go, oh, you gay? I'm finna beat it out of you. I'm going to beat it out of you. Look how mad that sounds. And those are the things that we've learned from our oppressor. Those are the things that we've learned. Anyway, it's really important that we examine the signs that we have been damaged from childhood, because that's the only way you're going to move forward. I don't care what age you are. And with that being said, let me know how you feel about that. You think I'm just talking crazy? Or if it's some validity and reasoning to that? I don't know. If you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Thank you. Welcome.